Welcome, preschool friends, to Passport to Lent. This is our second week, so you'll have another packet that has this little book in it. Let's take a look. Right in the middle here is called a map. And in this map, that's where Jesus lived. So go and look at your map and see, did you have a sticker? Did you put a number 1 sticker here? Well, now look for your number 2 sticker and put it right here. Lena, can you read the words right there?
The Jordan River.
The Jordan River. We're going to talk about the Jordan River today. All right, we can put our map down. Open up your package and look at this piece of the book. You see this picture right here? Lena, what do you see when you look in that picture?
Well, I can see, it looks like mountains or a desert type of thing.
Yeah, a lot of Israel is like this, where there's lots of rock and lots of sand, lots of desert. A desert is a place that doesn't have much water. If you look out of your window, if we look out this window over here, what colors do you see?
Well, I can see green and brown. I can see lots of green and brown.
Yeah, there are a lot of trees. If you look out your window right now, you'll probably see some trees and some grass. But where Jesus lived, there weren't as many trees and very little grass.
Wow.
Because they didn't have much water. So if you look, the way that they would get their water is they would have wells, which are big tunnels in the ground, and they would lift up water from the ground. And they would use pots like this one. Lena, can you pick up that pot? So, do you think the pot is pretty light or heavy?
I think it's in between, actually.
Kind of in between. Now, if you put water in the pot, do you think it would be light or heavy?
I think it'd be heavier.
Yeah, it would be pretty heavy. In order to get water at their houses, people would have to go to a well. How do you get water in your house?
I actually do have a well.
You guys have a well? Oh, that's so cool. So do you go to your well and bring the bucket up with water?
No, usually we don't.
So they probably have something that takes the water out of the well and brings it into the house.
Yep.
Back then, they would have to go and walk probably sometimes almost to the end of your street. Sometimes it would be close by, but they would have to go and get the water from the well and carry it back for the day. Lena, can you get that basket?
Sure.
If you guys look on this page of your packet, do you see the woman with the jar on her head? Lena, put that on your head. Now try to balance it. Can you balance that?
No.
It's really hard. Imagine that filled with water. Women and kids just like you would go and they would get water from the well or from a river or a lake, and they might carry it on their heads just like that, or they might carry it in their arms. So if you had to carry that much water to your house from, let's say, from maybe where your school is, and you'd have to carry that all the way to your house, do you think you could do it?
No, I do not.
It would be really hard. So water was really, really special. They couldn't get to it very well. Now, where Jesus lived, he lived near a big lake called the Sea of Galilee. And he also lived near the Jordan River. And around the Jordan River, because where there's water, there's green, Jesus went to the river to get clean. When you have a bath, what do you use?
Well, usually I have soap, and bubbles are an essential item.
Who likes bubble baths? I like bubble baths.
And I need water.
Yes. Back then, they would have to go and get water and pour it into a bathtub like this. They had special bathtubs and special baths, and they were called mikvahs. Can you say mikvah?
Mikvah.
Mikvah. It was a special bath for when they did things that they weren't supposed to do. So water was really, really important, and Jesus went to the River Jordan to get washed. Sometimes, how many of you have ever been on a camping trip and washed in a stream or a river or a lake? Have you ever done that?
No.
Would you feel very clean after that? Or
I don't think so.
yeah, I always wondered how that would feel. But Jesus went and he met up with his cousin. This is his cousin, John. If you look at the picture, do his clothes look like the ones that we just put on our doll last week?
Not exactly.
No. He just wore camel hair, which is supposed to be really, really rough and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he wore that, and then he only ate 2 things. If you had to choose 2 things to eat, Lena, if that was all you could eat, what would it be?
Probably grilled cheese and egg salad.
Those are 2 really yummy things. What about you? If you had to pick 2 things to eat all the time, and that was it, what would it be? I think strawberries would be one of mine, and pizza. I love pizza. So if you look at the pictures, what do you see there? This one might be hard to kind of identify, but what is that?
That looks like a bug.
It is a bug. John ate only locusts, which are big grasshoppers, and honey. That is all that he ate. What do you think?
I think the honey would be okay. Do you know if he would dip the bugs in the honey?
That is a great question. I don't know. I think that I would definitely prefer to dip mine in honey. I'd say that I have eaten crickets before, and even cricket chips. You can eat them, but I wouldn't recommend it without your parents' permission. So Jesus went and he got washed in the river. We call it baptism. Ask your parents if you've been baptized. Lena, have you been baptized?
Yes, I was.
Jesus went and got baptized in the river. And what happened was really amazing. In that water, Jesus went down and then came up, and the skies opened up, and God said, "This is my son. I love him." Lena, do your parents ever say that they love you?
Oh, yeah.
And how does that make you feel?
I feel very loved whenever they say that.
It's so nice when we are told that we are loved. And in that water on that day, God told Jesus that he was very, very loved. Can you pick up our bottle of water here? So in your packet, you should have a little bottle that only has a little bit of glitter in it. Take that with your parents and go and fill it most of the way up. They may have to do it for you. And then take your cork, and parents, take some glue and put that around the cork, and then put that in. Let it dry, And then Lena, can you show them what it does? Isn't that beautiful? Can you do it again so they can see? Set this someplace in your house that you can see every day. And remember that Jesus was baptized in the water and how important water is to all of us and how important it was to the people in the time of Jesus. All right, friends, thank you for visiting with us. Talk to you soon.
Bye.